The trip to Antarctica marked the Xuelong's 30th scientific expedition to the continent. The ship's 257 crew members completed 30 scientific assignments and 15 supply missions during their 160-day voyage, traveling 32,000 nautical miles in total. Here, the sailors are singing China's national anthem to mark the founding of the Taishan Station, China's 4th Antarctic research station. The crew trekked into inner Antarctica on December 18, 2013, starting construction on the station 8 days later.
After we compress it by running it over with truck, the ice becomes extremely hard and very difficult to break.
Construction in Antarctica can be challenging. Temperatures are extremely low and workdays are long. Building on ice can be dangerous and complicated. However, the crew's 45 days of dangerous work paid off. Taishan Station officially opened on February 8, 2014, marking a milestone in China's Antarctic exploration efforts. But Antarctica was just the start of their adventure. On December 25th, during a circumpolar voyage near the Antarctic, the vessel received a distress call from Russian ship Akademik Shokalsky, which had become trapped in ice off the East Antarctic coast. The Xuelong immediately rushed to the ship's rescue. The crew originally planned to rescue the stranded Russian sailors via helicopter.
We were not sure if there was a deck on the ship for a helicopter. If there was no such a deck, we would have to look for another way.
It turned out that there was no suitable landing deck for the helicopter. The crew opted for a more dangerous solution, landing nearby on the surface of the ice. On January 2, 2014, 12 members of the expedition team built a temporary landing area for 2 helicopters on the ice sheet.
The wind was blowing, and it was snowing heavily. The rescue had to be put off. It wasn't until 2 days later that we began to evacuate the passengers.
After 5 hours of flying, the crew of the Xuelong transferred 52 of the Russians to an Australian ship. Just 1 day later, the Xuelong itself became stuck in the ice.
The most impressive scene is the moment right before the rescue. The captain was very anxious. He ran from one window to another and kept giving orders. He ignored each and every phone call, even a call from Beijing. I gave up hope. I wrote in my diary that today would be another sleepless night. All of a sudden, when the vessel reversed its direction, a piece of ice broke. We all cheered.
The Xuelong made it out of the ice 5 days later, when the weather became more favorable.
As soon as the ice broke, I rushed to the spot to take a picture and record video. Then, all of us burst into cheers. The vessel sailed out through a lightning-shaped crack. Many of us said we were lucky and that our Xuelong was like a cornered dragon struggling its way through the ice.
The Xuelong's adventure continued on March 21st, when it arrived at the Fremantle port in Australia to join in the search for missing Malaysian Airlines flight MH370. The vessel temporarily served as the commanding vessel for China's rescue fleet.
After we got the order, it took us just 8.5 hours to stop at the port, anchor the ship, complete formalities, replenish our supplies, and leave the port. Now we will go back to the westerlies. Everybody is both excited and worried. Unfortunately, we failed to discover anything that was related to MH370. We followed up on each and every little thing that we could see, even small pieces of refuse.
Flight MH370 remains missing. Although they experienced hardship and peril during their journey, the crew of the Xuelong managed to complete many tasks and see many parts of the world.